بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين وبعد. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. All praises are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we send peace and blessings to the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Would like to apologize for not being present these past couple of weeks. But inshallah ta'ala, hopefully we will not be missing any lessons anymore. Uh, so I think there are people with their microphones on, so please just switch your microphones off. Okay. So we're resuming the explanation, the sharh of Mukhtasar Abu Shuja, which is a great book of fiqh. And we covered in the previous lesson what we call nawaqib al-wudu. Nawaqib al-wudu. Which are the things that break your wudu? Okay, the actions that when you do them, your wudu becomes batil, becomes naqif, it becomes nullified, and you need to do wudu. So after you do these actions, you have to make wudu. So the author says, وَالَّذِي يَنْقُضَ الْوُضُوء سِتَّةُ أَشْيَاء. There are six things that break your wudu. And we should say that number one of the things that break wudu is uh, sabilain. This is pretty simple. Anything that leaves, that exits one of your two exits. This is called sabilain. So from the front part or from the back part. This includes urine. This includes farts. This includes stool or anything that comes out, whether it is pure or whether it is impure. If it comes out of one of the two exits, it breaks wudu. The Prophet ﷺ said, لا يقبل لا يقبل لا يقبل الله صلاة أحدكم إذا أحدث حتى يتوضأ. The Prophet said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not accept your salah if you break wudu until you renew it. So hadath is what comes out of sabilain. It's called hadath. So and then we mentioned Nom, which is sleep. And we said that according to the Shafi madhab, it's a Nom ala ghayri hay'atil mutamakkini. So it's a Nom is sleep. This literally is sleep. So any way, shape, or form that you sleep, unless sitting, unless sitting, okay, on the ground, on the ground, with your feet crossed, with feet crossed. Now, this is the only way, shape, or form that if you sleep sitting on the ground with your feet crossed, you don't have to do wudu. Although it is mustahab, and one of the imams mentioned that once he was sitting in the masjid and he saw someone sitting in this position, and the man released gas when he was sleeping. And so when he woke up, because they were both in the masjid and they were probably listening to a lecture, and the guy fell asleep. And when he woke up, the Imam told him, "You should go do wudu because you blew wind." And he said, "No, I did not blow wind, and I wasn't even sleeping." And the guy said, "Dude, you slept. I saw you sleeping, and I heard you blowing wind." And the other guy replied that, "No, actually, you blew wind, and you're just trying to blame it on me." And so he realized that even if you're sleeping while sitting in the ground, it's good for you to do wudu. So even though this is the madhab, we advise that any way that you sleep, you repeat your wudu. So the fourth thing that breaks wudu just goes in accordance to know, which is to lose consciousness. Okay, to lose consciousness. So this could be when you're drunk. This could be when you suffer brain damage or anything like that. This automatically makes your wudu nullified. And then we have touching the opposite gender. I'm not gonna say woman because touching opposite gender. You know what I mean? I mean that if a man touches a woman or if a woman touches a man without without any barrier between them. So there's no barrier between you and a woman, and you touch her, your wudu is broken. So long as this woman is not your maharim, your maharim. These are the women that you have protection and rights over them. So this excludes your mother, this excludes your daughter, this excludes your niece, this excludes your aunt. You can hug them, you can kiss them. It's fine. It will not break wudu. However, this does not exclude your wife. This actually includes your wife. The other imams say that wudu is only broken if you touch a woman with shahwa, with a desire. But Imam Shafi rahimahullah says no. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Oh lamastumun nisa," if you touch a woman, and lams means to touch. Other Imams interpret this verse as in shahwa, as in if you have desire for intercourse. But Imam Shafi rahimahullah, master of the Arabic language, did not understand in this specific way. Now, so the next thing that we have was زوال العقل ومس الفرج الآدمي بباطن الكف. To touch your private part. Touch private part with palm of your hand. So touching the private part breaks wudu. If it is with the palm of your hand, because this is what mash is done with the palm of your hand. So whether it is your private part or whether it is some other person's private part, for example, let's say you are bathing your child and you touch his private part, then your wudu is broken. Okay, I'm not advising people to touch other people's private parts, but we're just saying that if you touch private part, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, you touch your private part or you touch the private part of somebody else, whether it is your son or your mom or whatever it is that you need to do, your wudu is broken. As the Prophet ﷺ said, "Man massa dhakarahu falyatawadda." Whoever touches his private part, then he should do wudu. Now, there's another hadith where it is narrated that the Prophet said regarding the private part, إِنَّمَا هُوَ بِدْعَةٌ مِنْكَ, that your private part is just another part of your body. However, this narration is weak. And the other narrations that say that, and there are many narrations that say that if you touch your private part, your wudu is broken. So therefore, this should be the correct opinion. Insha'Allah ta'ala. So private part, this includes your genitals also, whatever. It includes your anus as well. Okay, so touching any genitalia will break your wudu. Now, so this is it for nawaqid al-wudu. Just a brief muraja'a. So now we're going to speak about what we call والذي يوجب الغسل. So we go for موجبات الغسل. موجبات الغسل. What does this mean? These are the things and the actions that oblige you to take a bath. Okay, so these are not the obligations of the bath, but are the actions that if you fall on them, then you will have to take a bath. So number one, number one is as the author says, وَالَّذِي يُوجِبُ الْغُسْلَ سِتَّةُ أَشْيَاء. There are 6 things that oblige you to take a bath. ثَلَاثَةٌ تُشْتَرَكُ فِيهَا الرِّجَالُ وَالنِّسَاء. So the first 3 can happen to a man and can happen to a woman as well. And the other 2 are only specific to women. So the first is التقاء الختانين, okay? Touching of genitalia. Touching of genitalia. So this means that when a woman's private part, when a man's private part touches a woman's private part, then your wudu, you automatically go into the state of hadathun akbar. Understand? Whatever obliges ghusl, this is called hadathun akbar. These are major impurities and can only be lifted with ghusl. Um, and when you lift ghusl, when you lift hadathun akbar, it also includes al asghar in it. So if you are in a situation in which you um, had intercourse and then you urinated or etc., a bath is enough. Okay, a bath is enough. So on your genitalia touch, even if there's no excretion of liquids, if your genitalia touch, you must take a bath. And then he says, وَإِنزَالُ الْمَنِي, he says, release of orgasm. Okay, for lack of a better word. This is when a man or a woman excretes the liquid that happens after intercourse or during intercourse. When this happens, you should take a bath. This could happen while you're sleeping as well. Some people have a sickness that even whilst they're awake, they're not doing anything, they excrete liquids. So if you have a wet dream, you should take a bath. Even if you're a man or a woman, this applies for both. So secretion of the liquid that comes under the orgasm, this also obliges ghusl. And the last is death. Of course, when you pass away, people must give you a bath. This is what will happen to all of us. We will obviously one day pass away, and people must wash us. It's obligatory upon the people. Of course, it's not upon us because the dead person's not alive anymore. And then we have 4 and 5, which are specifically for women. Okay, so and this is ثلاثة تختص بها النساء وهي الحيض. Hayd is after the menstrual cycle ends, and we will discuss this in a specific chapter. Hayd, nifas, and these are bleedings that happen. This is postpartum. Nifas wal wilada, and 6 is birth. This will all be discussed in detail in the last chapter of Kitab al-Tahara. So, after covering these are the 6 reasons, the 6 things that once you do one of them, you are going to have to take a bath. Okay? And now we're going to go, now the author speaks what you should do when you're taking a bath. And he says, وَفَرَائِذَ الْغُسُلُ ثَلَاثَةٌ أَشْيَاء. And there are 3 things. Now the obligations of the bath. The obligations of the bath. So first we have what obliges the bath, and then we have obligations of the bath. What should you do for your bath to be valid? Number 1 is niyyah. So whenever you're going to take a bath, you need to have niyyah of raf'ul hadath. You need to have a niyyah of raf'ul hadath. If you don't have the intention of removing your spiritual impurity, then you will take a bath, but you will not remove your spiritual impurity. So you need to have niyyah. Niyyah of what? Raf'ul hadath. Removing the spiritual impurity that you have. And the niyyah should be in the beginning. So let's say you're taking a bath, and then in the middle you reminded yourself, oh, I was taking a bath, but I wasn't thinking straight. I was just taking a bath, okay, and you weren't taking that bath with the intention of doing raf al hadith. But let's just say you forgot, So it starts counting when you do the niyyah. Okay, it starts counting when you do the niyyah. So you shouldn't do the niyyah in the middle. So let's say you do the niyyah and you only wash your feet, then you have to wash the rest of your body. So number 2, the second thing that is obligatory is izalatun najasa. Okay, removal of impurities. If there's any physical impurity in your body, you have to remove it. And number 3, which goes with number 2 as well, which is wash entire body. Wash entire body. This basically means to make sure that the water reaches every single inch, every single centimeter of your body. No part of your body can be dry, including your hair. These 3 things, if you do these, then your bath is valid. Then you come out of this bath as being tahir. طاهر طهارة أكبر. You've removed the hadath because you have fulfilled the steps. And then we have what you call the sunan, the recommendations of the bath. The recommendations, the sunan of the bath. How did the Prophet ﷺ take this bath? This is what we refer to the complete bath, that bath which has um, all of the rewards. So number one, you see here, as the author says, وسننه عشرة. So he says وسننه خمسة أشياء. He says وسننه خمسة أشياء. First, he mentions a tasmiyah. First, he mentions tasmiyah. What is tasmiyah? Tasmiyah is to say Bismillah before you take a bath. And we already explained that if your bathtub is separated from your toilet, from where you excrete, from where you do answer the call of nature, then you can say the tasmiyah in there. But if it is not, if where you answer the call of nature is right next to the bath, therefore you say the tasmiyah and you recite all the du'as before entering the bathroom. So the first sunnah is a tasmiyah. And number two is to do wudu. And it is better for you to do wudu in the beginning before you start doing your ghusl. And again, this wudu is a symbolic wudu. Okay, it's not a wudu that will remove hadath. You're just doing it because the Prophet ﷺ did it, and we are following his path. But this wudu does not remove hadath. Number three, الوضوء قبله, we said wudu in the beginning. إمرار اليد على الجسد. So we need to scrub our bodies, scrub our body with hand, of course. So you should basically not just throw water in your body, but what we do when we take a shower, you use your hand and you just start scrubbing your body, start scrubbing water in your body. That's how you clean and wash yourself. Okay, so this is something easy to understand. I believe everybody does this when they are. I have no idea what I did. When they are taking the bath, I think everybody does this. And then the author mentions إمرار اليد على الجسد والموالاة. Muwala is to do the bath continuously. Okay, so it's not something that you wash one leg and then you wash another leg and then you take some time and you get out. So it's always better for you to just begin the bath and just follow it all the way to the end. Okay, don't stop for talking on the phone, etc. But if it does happen, you can just continue from where you left off. وتقديم اليمنى على اليسرى, and start with your right side. Start with right side. So it's sunnah for us to start with our right side. As Aisha radiallahu anha said, كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يعجبه التيمم. She said that the Prophet ﷺ liked to do tayammun, which is to start things on his right side. في تناوله, whenever he would put his shoes on. وفي شأن would do it when you're combing your hair. It's always good to start from the right side. But again, the Prophet ﷺ's hair was like this. And hair like me who have a very Prophet And now we're going to be speaking about. So basically, it is a sunnah for a person to take a bath before going to Salat al-Jum'ah. And this has to happen before going to Jum'ah. You're not going to take a bath at 7 a.m. Well, Jum'ah is only at 12. Okay, then this is not what is desired. What is desired if it's at 12 and you manage to, at 11, then you take a bath and then you go to Jummah. This is what is desired. Although I do understand that not everybody has this ability. Some people go to work and they go straight to it from Jummah. Then, khalas, you take a bath when you leave your house, and inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward for your good intention. So, and then he says, Ghusl Jum'ah and Eidain, same thing. It's the same principle as for Jum'ah and the days of Eid, Eid al-Fitr wal Eid al-Adha. And then we have Salat al-Istisqa, which is when we go pray and ask for water. And we have Khusuf, which is a solar eclipse. And then we have Kusuf, which is a lunar eclipse. These are salats that we're going to make in the masjid when there's an eclipse. So it's a sunnah for us to dress well when we go to do that. When we go pray these salawat in the masjid, it's good always to take a bath, dress well, and then go. And then we have ghusl to whoever washes a dead body, whoever washes a dead body. So if you wash a dead body, okay, it is recommended that you do a bath. Okay, the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhum, some of them used to do it. They saw nothing wrong with it. Some people say this is wajib, but it's not really wajib. Even the sunnah, it's argued upon, but there's nothing wrong. And as we mentioned, some Sahaba did do it, and there was no prohibition. So we say that it is sunnah after you wash a body that you take a shower yourself. وغسل من غسل ميت والكافر إذا أسلم. So the kafir, when the kafir becomes Muslim, when he becomes a Muslim, then it is a sunnah for him, to take a shower because he just became a Muslim. Alhamdulillah. For him to start his new life as a Muslim. However, if we are certain that this kafir had just committed intercourse before becoming a Muslim, that one of the things that oblige the bath happened before, then he has to take a bath. Or if he has najasa in his body, then he has to take a bath. However, it's always better. You're always going to win if the kafir takes a bath after he becomes Muslim, although it is not a shart. Okay, it's not a shart. It's just that the kafir could have najasa in his body and he won't know because he wasn't paying attention before becoming a Muslim. Nah. And so the author then says, وَالْمَجْنُونَ وَالْمُغْمَى عَلَيْهِ إِذَا أَفَاقَ. So the insane person, or I want to say insane, the one who lost consciousness, okay, lost consciousness and regains it. So if someone regains consciousness, then alhamdulillah, it is sunnah for this person to take a bath because you don't know what happened. You don't know what you've done. You don't know what's in your body. So it's always good, always sunnah to take a bath. In Islam, it's always good to take a bath. The more bath you take, the better, so long as there's no israf. وَالْغُسْلِ عِنْدَ الْإِحْرَامِ. And then when you wear your ihram for Umrah, this is also a sunnah. And then he says, لِدُخُولِ مَكَّةِ, ihram لِدُخُولِ Makkah, when you're going for Umrah. And when you go for Arafah, it's also sunnah to take a bath. Arafah, this is on Hajj, the 9th of Dhul Hijjah. وَلِلْمَبِيتُ بِالْمُزْدَلِفَةِ. It's one bath for everything. Okay. and then we have Muzdalifah. Okay, basically the rites of Hajj. Okay, these are the sunnahs. Inshallah, we're going to stop here and we're going to continue in the next lesson. I don't know if there are any questions before we end this lesson. Any questions? No questions? I hope everything was understood. Let me check in the madrasa. Is losing conscious referring to fainting? Yeah, it refers to fainting. It refers to going crazy. It refers to having a schizophrenic attack. It refers to a lot of things. Basically, any situation that you are not in control of your body. This refers to losing consciousness when you cannot control your body. Okay? Now, if you take a full shower, not a ghusl, just a regular shower, and the water reaches your scalp, do you have wudu? Well, no, because first you need tartib, you need to follow the sequence, and second, you need to have niyyah. So if you take a regular bath and there's no niyyah for wudu, you're not going to have wudu. And you didn't follow tartib, so you need to do tartib. Only 3 out of 6 reasons for ghusl were over the other 3. No, we mentioned 6. We mentioned 6. We mentioned that for you to have also, hold on. وفرائض الغسل oblige wudu. 3 of them are specific to men, are for men and women, which are when the intimate parts touch, and the second is when there is a sexual discharge or orgasm, and when you die. These are 3. And then there are more. There are other 3 that focus on women, which are when her period finishes, when the nifas postpartum bleeding finishes, and when she gives birth. 3. We are discussing Mukhtasar Abu Shuja, and this is a short book on fiqh upon the madhab of Al-Imam Al-Shafi'i rahimahullah ta'ala. Yeah, Rachel or Raquel, you should just rewatch the recording and you'll find it there. So, Urwa reported the Prophet kissed some of his wives and then went out for prayer without making ablution. This hadith is da'if, is weak, it's not sahih, it's not authentic. Whoever says sahih and authentic is mistaken because it's not an authentic narration. Following up on the shower question, if there is a niyyah when you take the shower and the hair is washed, is this a wudu? No, because you need tartib. Okay, you need tartib. You need to follow the tartib of wudu. So even if your hair is washed and you have niyyah, but you didn't follow the sequence, then you don't have wudu. Okay, because you need to follow the sequence mentioned in the Quran. Nah. So I'm waiting for calamari. Okay, if you pray this way, thinking you have wudu, does the prayer need to be redone? Or is it excuse for lack of knowledge? Well, this is a mas'ala khilafiyya, okay? Imam Abu Hanifa and Imam Malik do say that in that situation, you do have wudu because they don't believe 30. There's a good argument to be made, you know, and if you want to follow that position, that's fine. Okay, but what you can't do is just keep skipping from position to position. When it suits you, tartib is wajib. When it doesn't suit you, it's not wajib. So if you are in the position that tartib is wajib, then you have to redo your salah. If you are in the position that tartib is not wajib, then you don't have to redo your salah because there was nothing wrong. Okay? No. Tartib is sequence. Yes, tartib refers to sequence. That's it. That's what tartib means. Okay, khair, inshallah. So, guys, this is the time that I have for today. Inshallah ta'ala, we will continue next week if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us health and gives us life. And I'll see you guys. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.